Well, hello there, good morning to you all. So, like I did say on Wednesday when I posted a video about the segment I'm been doing about the greatest anime series of all times, the top 20 series in my opinion. I say that I will be doing it during, or I will try to upload a lot more videos from my top 20 list during the hiatus of Bleach. So, like, since I do two Bleach videos by week, one it's a review, other usually is a prediction discussion video with ideas, theories, thugs, and some other stuff. And I usually upload the prediction discussion video either on Fridays or on Sundays. And this week I can upload it a video on Friday, that's today. So this will be a video about my number 4 of my uh, top 20 greatest anime series of all time. And this will not be exactly one series, but a group of series. Basically, what I'm talking about is the Gundam series, and is a series that spans several arcs and several plot lines and so on, uh, and is a space opera anime that was created by Sunrise Studios and basically features giant robots or mechas called mobile suits MS, and usually the main protagonists of the MES have the name of Gundam Associated. So this franchise, this series, starts with Mobile Suit Gundam or Kidosenshi Gandamu, or also known as First Gundam or Gundam 0079 or simply Gundam 79. And this series was created and directed by Yoshiyuki Tomino and was broadcasted in Nagoya Broadcasting Network and aired from 7th of April of 1979 until 26th of January of 1918. And this first series has 43 episodes. And basically, in this series, we got to know two characters. For me, the most important characters of the first Gundam series. The first, uh, that's it, Amuro Ray, representing the Earth Federation, and Char Aznablan, that was a general of the Principality of Xi'an. So basically, this is a set in a fictional universe of universal century, and let me say this right off the bat. All the series that I watched so far in the Gundam series all take place in the universal century calendar. I know that there are other timelines, several of that series like Gundam Seed Destiny, and others. They are on my watch list, and I will watch it when I have time, because believing or not, I do have a life besides this place, besides my house, and besides the internet. So Uh, and, however, I did watch a lot of, I will not say a lot, but a fair amount of series of the Gundam series that take place in the Universal Century calendar. Okay? And basically, this first story is the war between the Principality of Zion, that is a space colony, that declared independence from the Earth Federation and launched a war of independence against the Earth Federation. And this conflict spawned from space to Earth. All the universe, in a way, was in turmoil, and almost all of all mankind, those perish in this conflict. Um, and basically, this story begins with a new ship that was developed by the Earth Federation called the White Base. And they are arriving to a space colony called Site 7, and they are there to pick up a combat unit, mecha unit. However, they are pursued by the forces of Zeon, then there is a battle, and eventually the scout forces of the Zeon Principality attack the colony. um, they kill almost all the members of the Earth Federation and civilians in the process. Um, and in this situation, a guy called Amura Ray finds the REX 78 Gundam and eventually becomes his pilot. And he kinda vanquishes this scouting force and join the White Base, where we have a group of civilians, former military, some scientists. Well, they are refugees, and basically they are trying to escape this place before they were killed by the invading forces. Uh, and basically this first uh, part of uh, the series basically is the war against the Principality of Zeon in his first part. Then we have others. Later on, they did make uh, another series called Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam, and this series ran from 1985 to 1986, and in 2505 and to 2006, this series was kinda reproduced, remade, and compiled into a movie trilogy called Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam, a new translation. And even if this series was also directed by Tomino, uh, several stuff did change from the original storyline of the series. And in this series, we have um, a new set of uh, characters, and the main protagonist changes to a guy called Camille Bidan. And he is an interesting character in his own way, but he's kind of several issues related with his personality. And we have also the appearance of Amuro Ray as a member of the resistance forces. And the antagonists in this series were a group called the Titans, that basically is a group that tries to rule mankind by military power. And we also have a third faction called the Axis, that basically are the remnants of the Principality of Xi'an. So this was also a very interesting series. And after this, the series that was produced next was Mobile Suit Gundam ZZ, or WZ. Is the third Gundam series. And again, this case the protagonist also changes to a guy called Judo Ashita, and we have again the Axis, and this time they were called Neo Zeon. They are the main antagonists. Then, this series aired from 1986 to 1987. Then we have Mobile Suit Gundam Char's Counterattack, that is a movie, and basically is the end or the culmination of the original saga of the first anime series, and basically is the final conflict between Char Aznable and Amuro Ray. And in the end of the movie, there are a great final battle between the suits of Char and Amuro, and after, I think it's after the credits, you do see that Char suit is empty. But this kind of movie ends in an ambiguous way, because it kind of gives the feeling that in the end Char and Amuro, they kill each other in this final battle. And again, this was a fight between the Federation, the Earth Federation, and the Neo Zeon forces. So this was a very interesting movie. Then we have another series called Mobile Suit Gundam 0080 War in the Pocket. It's a series of OVAs that aired in 1989. And this time we have another creator that directed the story, and this time it was Fumihiko Takayama that directed the story, and basically is a side story, and basically this is the telling of the story of a 10-year-old boy during the 1-year war that happened in the first Gundam series. And basically is interesting. It's kinda, in terms of history, we could say that this is a parallel history in the Universal Century calendar to the beginning of the series of the Mobile Suit Gundam. So it's interesting to watch. And then they did something called Super Deformed Gundam, and they basically is kinda, I did not I tried to watch it, but I was unable to watch it. Then we have another series called Mobile Suit Gundam 0083 Stardust Memory, and this anime OVA with 13 episodes, and basically its time frame is between October and November of the Universal Century calendar of 0083, and basically it's it focuses on a crew of Earth Federation ship called Albion, and they are trying to recover a nuclear armored Gundam mobile suit stolen by a Xian group in a base in Australia. So basically, this kinda happens during the time that the Battle of Abao Aku is taking place. Um, so then we have another movie called Mobile Suit Gundam F91, and is an anime film that is from 1991. This originally was planned to be a television series uh, as a mark for the 10th anniversary of the Gundam franchise, but there were stuff happening with the staff, and the project was stopped, and then they kind of gather all what they have done and kind of release the movie. So also we have then Mobile Suit Victory Gundam, uh, that has 51 episodes and was again directed by Gundam creator Yoshiyuki Tomino. And the series aired from 2 of April of 1993 to 25 of March of 1994. And is again the pilots did change the main character, and this time it was a guy called Uzu Ewin that was the main protagonist. Um and in this case they fight against the Zenskar Empire. Uh, so and then we also have League Military and other stuff. But this is interesting also. This was a good series also. Then we have Mobile Fighter. No. This is other time. No, Universal Sign. Universal Sentry. Then we have another one, Mobile Suit Gundam, the 8 MES team, and is also an OVA with 12 episodes. Uh, and basically it tells the story of Earth Federation ground force during the 1 year war, especially a month before the original series begin. So, and the action happens in the jungles of Southeast Asia, where we have a guerrilla war fight for controlling a given area. Um, and it's also a very interesting series and very emotional. And then we have I don't watch it. We have then the Mobile Suit Gundam MES Igloo Apocalypse 0079 and Mobile Suit Gundam MES Igloo to the Gravity Front. And this series one was made in 2006, another was in 2009, and also happened in the first year of the war in a different scenario with different characters, but these two series were kinda hard to watch alongside the Mobile Suit and MES Eagle, the Eden 1 Year War. Um, they were three that were very troubling, and I did, but I liked, and they used new kind of animation. Initially, I was not too fond about it, but later on, I do appreciate what they did. So it's also interesting. And then we have obviously Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn, that I do watched 1 or 2 episodes of it, but I still did not watch the full episode. So eventually, when I finish this up, I will make I could give my final impressions on it. Also, I know that it's planned that they will make a new Mobile Suit Gundam called Mobile Suit Gundam The Origin, that also happens in the Universal Century chronology. So, if you are watching this video, you know that all the series that and movies that I talked, all of them happened in the Universal Century calendar. I watched it all except Gundam Unicorn, that I plan to finish watching in a couple of weeks. And but all the other series I do watch, uh, and this is, let's say, a very interesting series. We have other time frames, we have other chronologies, but like I say, I prefer to watch all the stuff related with the Universal Century calendar. I know there are other Gundams, I know that there are other chronologies, and those series are on my watch list, but until now I did not watch it because I do prefer to watch all the stuff related with one chronology and then watch another one and then watch another. Is a kind of preference in terms of personal opinion. So these Gundam series were very important, and they were also, uh, let's say, ancestors of great mecha series that appeared later on, in the 80s and 90s. Uh, and well, I like the story of all the series, the background of the characters, the background story of the wars, knowing their paths, either members of the Earth Federation, members of other forces. Sometimes you do wonder if the Earth Federation are really the heroes they appear to be. Sometimes you do find yourself rooting for the enemies of the Earth Federation, because, like always, we have good people, bad people, good commanders, good politicians, bad politicians. That's the law in a way. Should not be, but it is so. And this series was very important. Is still to this day one of the great marks and great series that kept almost interruptedly since the beginning of it. We have a lot of action figures, uh, and so on. So that's it. So this is my number 4 series, or number 4 greatest anime series of all times. This time it's the Gundam series on the overall. Even if I did not watch all the time frames and all the chronologies, I think I watch a fairly amount of Gundam to say that the Gundam series, without a doubt, takes number 4 on my top 20 anime or greatest anime list of all time. So hope you enjoy the video. Stay well. I know this is not probably brilliant, and probably I did not tell all that I needed to say, but this is only my opinion about the series and the franchise, and well, that's it. So hope you enjoyed the video. Stay well. Peace. See you soon.